Maryland Congressman David Trone was elected to serve the old line state back in 2018. Well, he ran against Angela Alsobrooke for Maryland's Senate seat, and he lost to her in the Democratic primary. And I spoke with Congressman Trone on his time in Congress and what's next for him. Congressman Trone, take us back, take us behind the curtain. Talk about some of the legislation that you're most proud of, that either you were part of or that you helped introduce.
I appreciate that. We're very fortunate. Some folks are focused on different things, but my focus has been legislation and getting bills over the finish line to the president. And we were fortunate to pass 30 bills that were signed by the president during our time frame. What we're most proud about is those in addiction and the mental health area, where I think we really made a difference to move literally billions of dollars toward solutions. And we're not winning the battle, but I like to feel like we're part of some small steps in the right direction as we attack this scourge that's killed over 1 million Americans now. So that's been our real focus. That, and of course, criminal justice reform. We've brought Pell Grants back to returning citizens. Very important. That'll be almost $370 million of Pell Grants over the 10-year run. So it's a pretty big deal to give folks a job. And of course, increase funding in the Bureau of Prisons so they can have folks there to get folks education and job training so they can come out and have a job.
Congressman, is there that one piece of legislation that didn't happen that maybe you wish you could have done more or that you regret didn't pass?
Yeah, we've had some stuff in the mental health area. We're trying to get real parity. And because of the insurance companies, we don't have that parity. And so many folks get no for an answer on mental health challenges, and so many things aren't covered. So we've been trying to do different legislation in that area and have not been successful. The lobby on the other side is just too strong, and that's why we'd love to get all the dark money and the lobbyist money, out of the system, and the system should work for the people, not for these big corporations.
And Congressman, of course, you came up short in the Democratic primary to replace Senator Ben Cardin. Any regrets after looking back?
No, absolutely no regrets. You get an opportunity to take a shot. It's once in a lifetime. We ran a good race. We had a phenomenal team, and we got to move on and support Angela and support the Democratic Party.
Speaking of moving on, April McClain-Delaney will take over your seat in January. Any concern of the trajectory of your district? Some say that her race was maybe a little closer than many expected.
Well, she got over the finish line. I think she's going to be a fantastic member of Congress. We strongly support April, and she's going to land on her feet and run, and going to make some great changes here in Washington. And I think the district is hopefully going to get bluer and bluer as Frederick County, which is the heart of the district, becomes more Democratic.
Any words of wisdom you shared for her?
I really stressed to April that you've got to go get to know the folks on the other side of the aisle. I mean, we all know each other as Democrats, but you've got to go meet the Republicans that share your interests. And whether it's addiction, mental illness, criminal justice, medical research, whatever your interests are, go meet the other folks. And that's how you can create a bond that's personal. And you've got to get work in a bipartisan way for these next 2 years at least. Having lost all 3 houses, we can get stuff done, but we've got to do it bipartisan. And the only way that's going to happen is go meet the other team, treat them as part of Team America, not the opposing team just.
And Congressman, a final message to your constituents, and many want to know what's next for you.
Well, it's just been a great honor to serve the 6th District and really work hard on the best possible constituent services, which we took great pride in as a retailer. But what's next is we're going to look at some boards. We like to stay involved in the nonprofit area, in the area of mental illness, addiction, criminal justice, medical research. So we're exploring different opportunities there so we can use some of our executive skills and our relationships here to promote those areas.
Everybody likes a comeback. Any chance of a political comeback?
I don't see any more races in the future in the state of Maryland. April's going to do great there, and nothing's going to open up in the Senate. So we're going to focus instead on how we can keep true to our mission here in the beginning, which is compassion for those that are struggling with all these different problems, civility, work across the aisle, and competence to bring executive level skills to bear to make a difference in our country.
Congressman, thank you very much for joining us in Capitol Review.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Take care.